Welcome back to my channel. I am Gabrielle and you are tuned in to Talking with Gabrielle. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on the recent Netflix movie Mea Cupla. Let me start off by saying this is not a movie review channel. However, for some of my hobbies, I am an artistic lover. I am a writer, poet, and stage actress, and I have a natural love for the arts, especially Black art and cinema. And since this is a channel where we discuss a variety of different topics concerning the Black community and marginalized groups, I definitely wanted to expound upon my thoughts on this recent film. It's also a bonus that Kelly Rowland is my girl. I admire her and her energy, and I have a lot of respect for her path and the hustle she has to stay committed to her craft throughout the years of her music career. I really feel like people have slept on Kelly Rowland for so long, and I've just always admired Kelly's beauty, and the way she carries herself is definitely something to talk about. So with that being said, let's get into this review. Here is a brief synopsis of the movie Mea Cupla directly from Netflix.com. When criminal defense attorney Mia Harper, played by Kelly Rowland, takes on the murder case of artist Zaire Malloy, played by Trevante Rhodes, the truth isn't as obvious as it seems. While she tries to determine the innocence or guilt of her cagey yet seductive client, it is uncovered that everyone is guilty of something. Tyler Perry's Mea Cupla explores what happens when burning desire takes hold and things get hot and dangerous. So that is the breakdown of the movie. Now, Tyler Perry also took to his Instagram page to heavily promote Mea Cupla by stating, "Get ready for a crazy, sexy thriller." So many people were very excited for this movie. Tyler Perry and Kelly Rowland was heavily promoting this on all of their social media platforms. It was getting a lot of buzz, and people truly was excited to see what Tyler Perry had worked up in regards to Kelly Rowland. Now, here's my take. As a writer, actress, and imaginator, I understand where Tyler Perry was trying to go with this movie, but the lines were just not connecting for me or artistically flowing. And this, I don't think, has anything to do with Kelly Rowland in particular. The first time I tried to watch the movie, I got down to like the last 45 minutes, and I just naturally lost interest. Like, I started cleaning up, I started doing other stuff. It just really just did not hold my attention, and I had to rewatch it from the beginning the second day. Now, we all know that Kelly Rowland's name does carry weight, and if it was not for Kelly Rowland being the star of this movie, I honestly would not have given this movie a second chance. Kelly Rowland's name saved this movie because and I'm pretty sure so many other people, genuinely wanted to support this movie simply because of Kelly. We all know that due to the politics and the oppression of the Hollywood industry, Kelly has always been overlooked due to the Destiny Child shadow. Because of that, we know that Kelly does not rightfully get the recognition that she deserves. Kelly's talent is simply undeniable, and so I am so happy that she was able to receive a Netflix movie deal. However, I do not believe that Mea Cupla was a good enough breakout role for her. The on-camera and believable talent for Kelly is there, but the plot, the storylines, the supportive cast that she was given just did not do what it needed to do at all. First of all, the acting of Mia's husband was completely unbelievable. He just wasn't a good fit. I'm not sure if Tyler Perry is doing all of the writing, the casting, and directing on his own, but the production and direction of his movies outside of Madea always seem to suffer. I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't know if the lousiness and lackluster is the aftermath of him trying to save money or budget, which I completely understand, or if he is just like, you know what, screw it, I'm a billionaire, so I'm just about to play in these people's face. The movie was just unbelievable and did not make any sense to me. Here you have a criminal defense attorney that is married to a man, and they are in therapy because he has lost his job. He has been lying to his family about it, and he's been doing all of this while he's cheating on her, who, by the way, is the only breadwinner at the time, holding down the fort, taking cases to keep food on the table, all while supporting him and footing the medical bill for her judgmental, callous mother-in-law. So during one scene, Mia is having dinner with her husband and his side of the family. She's sitting at the table being insulted, verbally and emotionally abused by her mother and brother-in-law, all while her husband sits there like a little lost sick puppy. So Mia then decides to take the murder case because she's the only one working and her husband has the gall to forbid her from taking the case to protect not Mia, but his brother. So he wasn't even thinking about the safety, sanity, or well-being of his wife. His main priority was his loyalty to his brother. So, I mean, the script of the husband was completely trash. It's giving wade in the water. It's giving I'm a stick beside him. It's giving high profile lawyer but still operating in degeneracy. It's giving, well, you better keep on using me until you use me up. I'm sorry, like they just really played in my girl face with this script, and I just really feel like she deserved such a better breakout role than this. I can't get over the level of blatant degeneracy that my good girl was forced to play in. Which brings me to this. As a black educated woman, I cannot help but recognize the fact that the majority, or just about all, of the black female roles in Tyler Perry's production portray struggle, low self-esteem, and abuse. I am not sure if this is Tyler Perry's personal views of black women, or if he knows these are the only storylines that Hollywood will accept and publicize for us. Therefore, he has chosen to settle for what he is allowed to do for the sake of generating wealth in the black community, but unfortunately, all while pandering to the European Hollywood standard of only accepting black people on the screen when we are seen in a degrading, inferior, and hypersexualized manner. Let's get into the role of Zaire Malloy. So Mia goes and meets with him, and their chemistry was good. I liked it. I felt like it was very believable, and they did the very best they could together for the script that they were given. I think if Zaire and Mia would have been casted by a prolific writer, producer, and director, they would have tore the screen down with their chemistry and talent. The talent and chemistry is definitely there. They have main character energy, but this was just not suitable for the worth of what it seems like they can do on the screen together. So here you basically have a nymphomaniac painter that has found his way to Mia's office, demanding that she takes his case to help him beat these murder charges. And against her better judgment, she goes ahead and takes the case. You know, she needs the money. And I think that she's a bit touch deprived with the type of marriage that she has. The way that he's speaking to her, I think it is a bit alluring. And so she decides to feed in to that fulfillment that she's not receiving, you know, at home. And she decides to take his case. So, yeah, girl. So basically, Mia and her sister-in-law married into this crazy family with this psycho mother and these two power-driven sons, and none of it just made any sense. Like, as a writer, I scratched so many poems, so many stories if it just does not flow. And I feel like for someone of Kelly's caliber, even though she is not a A-list actress, she is amongst those in the celebrity realm. I do feel like the script just did not flow. You marry into this crazy family. They're basically exploiting you for money. They set you up behind your back. You and your sister-in-law, they plan for you to sleep with this man. Then they plan it all on this man. And then you get into the car with your husband. You put the phone on Bluetooth. It was just, none of it was believable. And if it would have been sent to Tubi, I would have seen it, I would have completely understood, because it gives Tubi vibes. That's what it is. Okay, so I'm talking myself through this as I'm reviewing it. It's definitely giving Tubi vibes, and I feel like it should have just been much more thought out than it was. The biggest confusion for me was Mia's and Zaire's intimacy. So Mia gets this phone call from her friend and finds out that her husband is going into a hotel with a woman basically cheating on her. So that leads her to go back upstairs and, you know, have sex with Zaire, and they start that whole situationship. And it led to nothing. So it turned out, since Zaire was not crazy and since he was not using sex as any form of a weapon, because he was actually found innocent at the end, that entire story it doesn't make sense, because it was pointless. Like, I don't understand what was the point of you being intimate with this man? And nothing came of it. So like the rollout of that should have been maybe a relationship. Maybe they should have stayed in contact, because at the end of the movie, he texts her and says, "Thank you for everything. I want to see you soon." Rightfully so, because she basically saved his life and they were intimate. So you got all those emotions and connections and energies flowing. And she looks at the phone and throws the phone in the garbage. And the movie ends. So I'm just like, girl, like, what is going on? There was absolutely no point of them getting together if nothing was going to come of it. In my opinion, it just leaves a bunch of guessing. And so basically the movie, it just seemed chopped up. It seemed like they had 5 different writers with 5 different concepts, and they all came together at the last minute and put their all their scripts together at the last minute. And so it was just really choppy. It didn't flow. It didn't make no sense. That's my biggest takeaway from this. All in all, I was just genuinely happy to see my good girl starring in a Netflix movie. So I'm very happy about that. The movie, however, did get low ratings on like Rotten Tomatoes and other movie rating platforms. However, those have never been for us. They're very discriminatory with their practices. So we really can't feed into that. But the people did ride for Kelly. Like, it was so many people taking to social media and bigging the movie up and saying they enjoyed it. And overall, it was a decent watch. Like, on a scale from 1 to 10, I want to give it about a 6. It gives you something to watch. It gives you something to do. And having Kelly in it really did help. I'm really happy that one of the things I can say about Tyler Perry is that he does employ our people. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's one of the biggest discrepancies in Hollywood, that so many Black actresses have complained about, is that they have extremely low pay. Studies show that the lowest paid white actress in Hollywood makes more than the highest paid Black actress in Hollywood. So the racial disparities, the pay wage disparities in Hollywood is really atrocious. And so, trying to just add that balance here, I'm very happy that we were able to see Kelly Rowland and Trevante Rhodes being employed ultimately at the end of the day. And they did great, for what they were given. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing much more of these two on the big screen, and seeing what they can do individually and maybe even together in the future. Kelly and Trevante Rhodes. I am just really happy that Kelly was able to get this opportunity. I feel like it was amazing for her, and hopefully this opens the door for many more scripts and much more put together material to come her way, because I will be very interested to see what she can do. We have already seen a lot of Trevante Rhodes work in his previous roles, which he has done Immaculate in himself. And so I'm just really happy and looking forward to the future work that Kelly can do. So that is all for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for letting me use my gift of gab. Talk to you next time.